It's Monday morning, there's some tinsel on the tractor. Rob yesterday was taking Father Christmas to the garden centre, basically. The local garden centre had like the arrival of Father Christmas. And because round here, because we did the tractor run at Christmas, how many times have I just said Christmas? They wanted us to see if we could take him on a tractor, so that's what Rob did yesterday, and loads of kids were taking pictures. I was supposed to be doing, but obviously ended up in London, and then travelling from London to Woking to basically drive Charlotte's car back because she'd had no sleep because James hadn't been well and been in hospital. Anyway, he's all well. I'll say he's all right now. He's still got a high temperature, and we cannot get him to have Calpol or paracetamol. We hide it in his milk or sweets or anything like that. He knows it's there. So it's a bit frustrating because that's what's lowering his temperature, to stop him having a fit, because we don't want to have another one. It's pretty scary. Morgan's put the hedge cutter on the 1455. Listen to that purr. Gonna go and cut some hedges on some blind bends. This SFI mix has gone to seed, and the frost the last few days has completely nailed it, really. If you look in the bottom, you can see we've got some barley coming up, a little bit of stripping there from slugs, but we have got some barley emerging out of it, so we'll see. That's been a bit chewed actually as well. We may have a crop of barley going to emerge out of it in the spring. Linseed, mustard, Phacelia, and all the other bits and bobs we've got in here. You can see a bit clearer on this field behind the yard. The little rows of barley coming up, the little green stripes. The camera doesn't actually show it as well as the eye. Oh, there you go. So that's good considering how late it was sown. See a little bit wet there where we've been on with the sprayer, because obviously we have had some rain. Walked across the field with a cover crop on, didn't get my boots dirty. This one it's all sticking to, because it was obviously worked up. See how wet it is in the corner, can't you? So a few roots and that would have helped. You can nearly see a green tinge to it. Just been sneezing. The water is leaking out of the roof at Brook House on the utility room, so we don't know whether there's some water pipes above or it's some tiles slipped from that storm. So I'm going to quickly nip up with the basket so Rob's not looking off a ladder, and I'll see what it needs. I'm just going to put my boilers on because it's freezing now. We could have taken this Merlot because we've only got to go 6 foot high, and it'll fit down a little driveway between the stable and the bin park a bit easier. So I'll get the basket on this. Turns out we don't need the basket. What's happened is we've had a mouse get in the loft space in above the utility room and chew that fitting, causing it to leak. So we've got to turn the water off and change that fitting. Oh, that's cut a hole in the ceiling, but it will probably put a hatch in now for future proof. I'm just going to change that pipe now. He went to tool station. It was only 10 minutes. I'm going to unplug it and put a new one in. Stephen's helping him. Oh, don't know where they've gone. Get the bale spike on and then lift a bale of hay round for the horses while I'm here with the Merlot. They're eating a fair bit nowadays. It's they're obviously not going out and wrecking the fields, so I should keep them busy for a week or two, I think. Ton of hay. Not got the bucket, but I'm just going to push the bidding up because it's nearly up to the gates. It might be small, but it's just moved all that, what, in a couple of minutes. It was over here, right back, I don't know, 35 feet, 40 foot. It's nice, start to rot nicely then as well, and then in the spring we'll spread it on this field behind. It's got some SFI in it. It's not been affected as much by the frost up here either. That's because we're a bit closer to the river. Rob's put that on now. Plumber said apparently he's getting quite a bit of it nowadays. That is what had happened. I'm not going to focus. Look at him chewed that. You can just see right there. If you look through there, you can nearly see daylight coming through it. That's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, so they've got in this loft above this toilet, which is a bit annoying. So we'll put a hatch here now because it's a beam there and a beam there, and then we can unscrew it. No seed sock needed. This is some seed that had got warm in the bags from the year before. So Morgan's just dropping out the drill, and then we'll mix it with the wood chip and put it through the biomass boiler just to get rid of it. And then he's going to clean the drill out because we have a feeling that we will not be able to do any more drilling this season now. It's come wet again and got so late. Also, some of you might have noticed or might not have noticed that this blue Valtra is back. And the reason for that is the PTO clutch on the other one wasn't engaging properly last week. So I think they're going to service it and have a look what's going on with that. So rather than mess about and do it here, Rob just ran it into him and picked this one up again. So we'll be chipping with that tomorrow, which is the 305 Q series. Something tells me that pedestal is sucking barley in at the bottom because it's throwing it all over the floor, and you can hear a little tinkle every so often, so it must be not connected properly at the bottom. It's sucking the odd one up and blasting it over here. So I think it's wired up wrong or plugged in wrong because it's been running for a while. So I'll get up with the jolly picker and change it round and turn the fan so it does blow any bits out. It blows it onto the pile, not across the clean floor. I'll do the birthdays while I'm in here actually before it goes dark. This is today's and yesterday's birthday bumper because I didn't get a chance yesterday. So we've got Donald Quinton, PA. Don't know what the PA means. He's 83. Eddie Redmayne, Gorilla Man Edmayne is 79. Jack Garrett is 12. Garrett, I think it's pronounced. Stuart Evans is 58. Amy Youngerman is 32. Arwell Jones is on there. Adam Connellan, I think, is 20. Jamie Clements is 35. Percy Mountford is big 1. Will Stamps 30. And Janine McGarry, I think it's pronounced, is on there as well. So happy birthday everyone on there. We're now up to £80,656, which probably buys an engine or a rotor blade for the air ambulance. Considerable amount of money, and I think, was it £3,000 a mission? Was the average cost? So we've raised enough now for what, nearly 30 missions that could be saving lives. Massive thanks as well to the ambulance service in near where was Charlotte, near Brighton, Shoreham is it, when she was visiting her auntie the other day, and James had a fit and stopped breathing. The ambulance was there within 3 minutes, which is amazing. Anyway, he seems to be perking up. He's been, if we can get Calpol into his temperature drop. But yeah, I didn't know it was a thing, a heat fit, should we say, for children. But yeah, pretty scary. Swore then, didn't I? I believe it. Morgan's washing all the mud off the drill, trying not to go near any of the bearings, but get it ready for putting in the shed over winter. Right, I need your help. We need to do the farm business survey, and never has it been more important to have that data that we can use to lobby government about different things. Just like what's happened in this recent budget, they had the figures completely wrong of how farming works. So if you get a chance, there's a link below, fill it in. It's really important because Promar are doing it. It's completely anonymous, but they need to get a handle of how farm businesses work so that when stuff gets thrown at us, like what's just been thrown at us, we've got the facts accurately and up to date to counteract that. So you get free Xeron, is it pronounced? Accountancy software to use as well for a year, I think, if you fill it in. But yeah, register your interest with the link below. It's very important that we get stuff like this happening every year, just so we've got that data set of we know what's going on really in the world of farming in the UK. Okay, just washing the frame off. We're going to leave all this to dry, and then hopefully next time out it'll just crumble off, or we'll blow it out maybe with that compressor, because we don't want to be putting water in them bearings. Morgan reckons it's drilled nearly 1,000 hectares, this drill, which is getting on for 2,500 acres. We only got it in the spring, but because we've had to drill everything twice, in the spring and then again now, that's why it's done so much. quick update on where we're up to. So obviously last week, the massive numbers gave us a huge voice and showed that there's a lot of discontent, not just 500 farmers that have been affected. So thank you everyone that come, because it's really worked to help open some doors. There's a few different people that after the budget were defending the government and the figures that they were using. We've now been able to present them with more data. NFU have as well, and they've actually come back now and said, yes, now we've got some better figures. We believe you and we think things are wrong. So I don't want to mention any names, but for the Zoom meeting, hopefully tomorrow midday or later on, probably hopefully midday, with these people to chat what's going on, and got an update later on with the NFU as well. So that's positive, because the door was completely shut before last Tuesday, and now there's a chink of light and a lot more hope. So we've also got something else up our sleeve, which involves wider businesses affected by the BPR. So any businesses that you know of that are really affected by the BPR and might want to talk about that publicly, if you can, tell them to get in touch, because we want to do a similar format to what we did in London, but somewhere a little bit warmer, and we've got a hell of a location as well that's been offered for nothing, which is good. Likely to be mid-December, but more of that after we get this meeting out the way tomorrow. Hopefully it won't even be needed, but we'll see. So thanks for all your patience putting up with some boring videos of me actually not farming. Not that I've done much today other than fix a water tap, push some muck up, move some hay. Morgan's cleaned the drill off, Rob's been sorting the water fittings and stuff like that, and he had to go and move some bricks for someone as well, the telehandler. John's away as well, he's gone to visit his mum in Portugal. But yeah, thanks for watching this last few weeks. Sorry if you've not enjoyed the content, and hopefully you have, some of you have. Loads and loads and loads of messages of support, whether it's on text message or even handwritten letters in the post. So that's amazing. Just shows that you know, people are behind us as well, I suppose. That's all for today. I'm going to go and jump on a Zoom meeting tonight now, and thanks for watching. Oh, I'll tell you what we've not done for ages. How are you feeling as a percent? I'm quietly positive, so I'm around 80% now, which is probably the highest I've been for the last 3-4 weeks. How are you? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Quick update, Tom Bradshaw as well. Keir Starmer has reached out to the NFU. Tom Bradshaw has met with him, and he's listened to everything, and I think it looks like they're looking a bit closer at some of the numbers, and the meeting that we've got tomorrow is someone behind some of the numbers, which is really good. So yeah, looking a lot more optimistic. So everyone that turned up in London, well done, because your show of force is working.